This video is sponsored by Established Titles. Hey everyone, good to be back in the new year. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and got everything you wanted. I got depression. And speaking of depression, did you know that January is statistically the most depressing month of the year? So I thought we may be able to help elevate those soured spirits by looking at a short film titled My Little Goat by Tomoki Masato. A wholesome stop-motion short which focuses around a group of cute little goats and their adorable adventures while their mother is out shopping.
Mama. Mama!
Nah, just kidding. It's utterly horrifying. Yeah, this is definitely one of the darkest pieces of media I've looked at in a while, and haven't seen a lamb experience this messed up since watching Sheeran's Belle. Though even this short makes Sheeran's Belle look more like an episode of Shaun the Sheep. Not only providing us with some really unsettling imagery, but also tackling some truly dark and messed up issues, some of which are so disturbing, I wouldn't be surprised if this video ends up getting demonetized. Or just flat out barred. Sorry. Which is why I'm grateful for this video's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a fun project where you can purchase yourself as little as 1 square foot of land in Scotland dedicated to you. Because of historic Scottish customs where landowners are referred to lords, ladies, or lairds, you too can now be referred to as a lord, lady, or laird, even being able to put it on credit cards, plane tickets, and even dating profiles.
Now I am gonna get all the ladies.
And if anyone should dare question your lordship, you can now show off your official certificate, complete with a crest. Something which I myself now proudly own. This project also has a really noble cause where they will plant a tree for every order purchased to protect the pristine woodlands of Scotland, and aid in global afforestation efforts, working in partnership with charities such as One Tree Planted and Trees of the Future. Not to mention you can also purchase this as a gift for someone else, or even get a couple pack where you can purchase adjoining pieces of land. Established Titles is currently having a massive extended New Year's sale, and on top of that sale, you can get an additional 10% off any purchase you make with the discount code STEVE. So click the link below or go to establishedtitles.com/Steve and use the promo code STEVE to save an extra 10% today. Thank you so much for Established Titles for sponsoring this video. Now back to the review. My Little Goat is a 2018 stop-motion short which was directed by Tomoki Masato and was produced by the Tokyo University of the Arts. Yep, being both stop-motion and Japanese, you can tell we're gonna be in for a real treat. The story centers around a mother goat leaving her kids at home while she ventures out to get some food. She warns her children not to open the door, otherwise the big bad wolf will come in and get them. Though sounding like the premise for a simple children's fairy tale, the short is very much intended for mature audiences, not only with its incredibly dark imagery, but also its strange and confusing narrative, some of which may not make a lot of sense at first, but we'll go through the context and theories behind them later. First, let's take a look at the short itself. The story opens up, quite literally, with a mother goat cutting open a wolf, where she rescues her eaten children from his stomach. Miraculously, the children actually seem to be alive, but due to the wolf's stomach acid, much of them have sustained severe burns and scarring. Also unfortunately, the eldest of the children, Toruko, is still missing, presumably having already been digested from the shot we see here.
Oh, that's real nice.
We then jump forward in time as we see the mother goat dragging in a small human child through the woods. Because the child is dressed in a woolly goat hoodie, the mother mistakes him for a lost child, Toruko. Whether she genuinely believes that this is her lost son, or is just convincing herself it is as a way of coping, is down to speculation. She brings the young boy back to a shed where her other children are hiding. She tells him that she's found their lost brother, in which the kids gladly accept him. The mother then heads out to pick strawberries, where the young child is instructed not to open the door, otherwise the wolf will get in and eat them. The eldest sister of the young goats begins to doubt whether this is actually their lost brother. Feeling scared, the young child attempts to escape the shed, but in doing so, flips a mirror around, which then reveals to the eldest sister how horrific her scars are. During the commotion, the boy attempts to remove the broom holding the door shut, but stops halfway when he notices the sister crying, and instead offers his hoodie to her, not only revealing himself not to be their brother after all, but also showing that he has scars of his own. Suddenly they hear a mysterious figure outside, where all of the young goats run and hide, assuming it's the wolf. It's revealed to actually be the young boy's father, who's been out looking for him. The father is overwhelmed to have found his lost child, now revealed to be named Natsuki, where he gives his son a reassuring hug, where the short ends, and all is good and happy. Oh god, I wish. So after the father reunites with Natsuki, things begin to take a very dark turn, as the father begins to sexually assault the child, and in doing so starts transforming into a wolf. The other young goats witness the horror and decide to help Natsuki by standing up against the wolf, where they unite together, quite literally, in order to take him down. I mean, let's face it, is it really a Japanese film if it doesn't feature some sort of kaiju action? Unfortunately, the wolf manages to overpower the kids, but just as all hope seems lost, the mother goat returns home and manages to stun the wolf with a taser, who now turns back into his human form. The family all comes together in solidarity, where we cut forward to see the mother once again cutting open a stomach, only this time, she's filling it with rocks. We cut forward once again to see the mother heading out to go get food, with all the other kids now wearing hoodies of their own. The scene ends with the mother walking off, where we see a shoe emerge from the nearby river, where the film actually ends, and the credits roll. Okay, so a lot to unpack from this short, and a lot of questions as to what exactly we just witnessed. I think it'll be easier if we first get a bit of context into this story's setting. The short film is actually based off a German fairy tale, which is titled The Wolf and Seven Young Goats by the Brothers Grimm, also sometimes titled The Wolf and Seven Young Kids. The story goes that a mother goat leaves her 7 children at home, while she heads out into the forest to find food. While she is out, a wolf comes by and tricks the children into letting him into their home by disguising himself as their mother. The wolf then proceeds to eat all of the children, all except one that managed to hide. When the mother returns home, she is told by her surviving child of what happened. They then find the wolf taking a nap nearby, so the mother, using a pair of scissors, cuts open the wolf's stomach and is able to rescue her children unharmed, unlike in the short film that we see, where the kids have sustained burns. They then all fill the wolf's stomach with rocks and sew him back up, all in which the wolf is still managing to stay asleep. Damn, I wish I could sleep that well. Eventually the wolf does awaken and heads down to the river for a drink, where the weight of the stones inside of him causes him to fall in and subsequently drown, which is what we see in the closing scene as we witness the mother goat putting rocks into the father's stomach, and how his shoe then surfaces up from the river. Now obviously the short takes a slightly different approach to this classic fairy tale, with one of the young goats confirmed to have actually died in the wolf's stomach, and now adds in a small human child where we get some of the themes of child abuse and dealing with traumatic experiences. And this is also done with some clever visuals and metaphors. One key moment is when the mirror is flipped round and the young goat sees her scars for the first time and runs off scared. For me, this is like symbolism for how a child might have experienced some trauma in the past, but has since tried to repress those memories, almost like the whole thing never really happened. And then when the mirror is flipped and her scarring is revealed, the young goat is forced to realise the ordeal she has gone through, causing her to emotionally break down. It's also interesting to note how the mirror was specifically marked as off limits, almost like the mother didn't want her children to see the reality and hid it as a way of protecting them. We then get the moment where Natsuki offers the young goat his hoodie to help cover up her scars, where it's revealed that he is also hiding scars of his own. Then later in the film, after Natsuki is attacked by his father, the young goat removes her hood and smiles to him, as if to say, "It's okay, we all have scars, but we will get through this together." I also think the father turning into the wolf is less about him physically changing into the wolf, but more of how Natsuki perceives him as a monster. Finally, in the end, when we see the kids wearing hoods of their own, I think this is meant to be a visual sign as to how they are all healing and coping. We also see the mother now taking traps out with her to the woods, and the children putting extra defenses on the door. symbolizing that both the children and mother are now better equipped to prevent this from ever happening again. So yeah, despite first appearances, this short is actually a pretty wholesome story, showcasing a group of troubled young children banding together to overcome their trauma. Basically like the film Courgette, but with more digestive goat murder. If you want to check out this short for yourself, it is currently available to watch on YouTube, and I recommend you do. The short is in Japanese with Spanish subtitles, but you can switch on English subtitles like I did because I can't speak any other language. Do let me know what your interpretations were of the story, as quite a lot of it is speculation on my part, and I'd be curious as to how others have interpreted it. But until the next one, take care.